Hey guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul, the Tech Giant, and a few weeks ago, the guys at box.co.uk were kind enough to send me this 65-inch LG B9 OLED, and one of the first things I thought I would do was, after getting it initially set up, was to run some vertical banding tests on the TV to see what it was like out of the box. Now, I've done this previously with my own B8 OLED and the C9 OLED that I was loaned before. And yeah, it's always interesting just to see what they're like from sort of factory fresh, and to give a bit of an update a few weeks later to see how they're progressing. And it's now been approximately, 6 weeks? And yeah, I'm going to do my second part of the test tonight, but what I'll be showing you guys first will be the footage that I shot initially when I took out the box and run the first test. Right, so let's fire up that footage right now. Right guys, so this is day 2 of the ownership of the B9 OLED from LG, the 65-inch version. You may have seen me do the unboxing of it. So yeah, when I'd done my initial vertical banding test on the night I had it out the box, it was really bad. The whole bottom half of the panel here was really dark, and within less than 24 hours, we're down to just now a small patch here, which is good news because it did look really bad. So I'm hoping over time this will go. And if not, I will run a manual pixel refresh, which hopefully should sort out the problem. So it was bad news to start with, but it's progressing to good news, and hopefully be really good news once that's gone. So I will check back with you guys in a couple of days, and hopefully it will all be sorted. So catch you in a couple of days. So unfortunately, as you've seen there, I didn't manage to get on camera that really bad sort of patchiness or dark sort of like bottom half of the screen really, actually on camera. I was hoping it was going to be there the following day when I actually started doing the video, but it had just sorted itself out. So if I could give you guys one bit of advice for when you get your new OLED out of the box, is that if it is really patchy or anything like that, and you notice maybe there's really dark areas of the TV, please give it a good couple of days to sort of bed in, and even maybe run a screen refresh if it's that bad, because quite often it will sort itself out. So I thought it was going to be almost a case of the TV would have to go back to be swapped for another one, because it did really look that bad. But I was amazed at how much it actually cleared up. I mean, if I'd have caught it on camera, you guys would have been gobsmacked yourself. But trust me when I say that bottom half of the screen, it's literally like night and day between the top and the bottom. So it's quite astonishing when, like I said, it pretty much just sorted itself out overnight really. So just make sure that you just give it time to basically just sort of bed in a bit, and yeah, hopefully with any luck, any sort of initial problems with patchiness should sort themselves out. Right, so what I'm going to do now is repeat that 5% grayscale test to see how the screen has fared over time. And also I'm going to run some colour loops on the screen to see if there's been any burning that's occurred over the time that I've been testing this TV. Now, like I said, it's been approximately 6 weeks that I've had the TV for. Hours usage, probably, I'm going to say 400 to 500 hours, round about that. I can't say for definite because, as I've explained before to some of you guys, some people are lucky enough that their TVs have meters on them that display the amount of hours used. Unfortunately, here in the UK, we don't seem to get that feature for some reason. Why? I've not got a clue. So I have to just basically guesstimate at the hours used. So I'm going to say 400 to 500 hours thereabouts. So anyway, let's crack on with the second part of the test. Okie dokie, here we go. 5% grayscale again. And as we can see, we do still have a bit of a patch there. And we have got a few very faint lines. Now, I will point out that what I am seeing on the camera is far worse than what I am seeing with my eyes. So this is really sort of emphasizing what it is like. Now, I will be honest, and that patch there, when we are watching TV normally or films, well, whatever it is, to be honest, I do not notice that whatsoever. I'm not particularly looking out for it, but it's one of those things. Do you know what I mean? If you don't notice it's there, then it don't matter really. And no one else in the house has ever complained about seeing anything like that, and we've tried all different sort of contents. You know, we've watched dark movies, bright movies, sort of thing, gaming, all sorts of stuff I've been testing out, and at no point is that sort of ever been an issue that it's caught our attention at any point. One other thing I do want to point out is in the previous video, you may have noticed that it looked a lot darker. That was my fault due to I accidentally pressed something on the camera that I shouldn't have done. I wasn't aware of it until later when I played back the footage, and by then it's too late. So it wasn't me trying to sort of make anything look worse or better than it is. It's just my fault. But realistically, I wouldn't say it's changed a great deal. I will admit I have done one panel refresh to see if I could sort of clear up that at all. It doesn't seem to really have made any difference I can see, really. Maybe slightly bit better. One other thing I want to point out to you guys who are new to these TVs, when you've watched the TV for approximately, I think it's 4 hours, and then you turn the TV off, it will do an automatic panel refresh anyway, which takes approximately 20 minutes. So when the TV is in standby, it will do one of those itself. What you just got to make sure is that you don't turn the TV back on within that 20 minutes really, to let it run its cycle. Generally, sort of thing, it will do it when basically, if you've been watching TV, you know, you go to bed in the morning, it'll be ready to go. So it's always worth noting that it basically does do one in the background anyway. So moving on, what I'm going to do now is run a color loop, and we'll check for any burn-in. Right, so we have got the color loop now running, and again, for any of you guys who are new to OLEDs and that, reason why I run this test is because it will show up any potential burn-in on the TV as it goes through the different colors. If there's any of the sort of pixels that have degraded over time through static logos and that, this should highlight that. So just scrolling through them now, and from what I can see, everything looks good. And what I'm going to do is stop it on some key colors, and we will take a closer look. Right, so we've got it on a nice bright white. Again, the camera might sort of not do it justice how sort of white it is, because the sort of color temperature of how the camera records. Now, what I'm going to do is concentrate on looking up generally in the corners, because that's where you have your logos and that. And yeah, just a bit of sort of background information for you guys. Now, my daughter watches a lot of kids programs, and generally they will have logos up in this corner. Like you have one for CBeebies, she watches that for hours on end. That's like a yellow one, and that all looks good on the white. We will move across to the other side, and that all looks clean as well. Coming down to the bottom right hand corner, all looks good. Moving across the bottom, and that looks, yeah, fine. If you see any sort of squiggly lines in it changing colour, sort of like going yellow, again, that is just the camera. That looks all perfectly fine. So let's move on to the next colour. Right, onto a nice vivid blue now. Again, starting with the top left hand corner, and yeah, all looks fine. Moving along to the top right, all good there. Down to the bottom right, all fine. And again, bottom left, all good. And, you know, this is exactly what you should expect, you know, so it should be all working as it should. After such a short amount of time, you know, I'd be horrified, to be honest, if we had burning in this short amount of time with, you know, normal usage, if you want to look at it like that. So, you know, it's to be expected that it is all good. So, like I said, you know, these top corners would normally sort of be the problematic areas, if anything. So we'll move on to another colour now. We go on to a nice green. And again, looking all good. Sorry if this video is dragging on a little bit, folks, but I like to be thorough with these because then people can't say that I'm hiding anything. You know, I'm doing it nice and thorough. And I'd rather do a thorough job than a poor attempt where, like I said, I could be accused of making it look better than what it really is. So yeah, all good there. And let's move on again to, let's get a nice red up. There we go. Look at that, that's a lovely red that is. And yeah, top left, all absolutely fine. I cannot see anything at all. Down to the bottom. Yeah, and that all looks good. And like I said, you know, this TV has been heavily tested. You know, all different sorts of things. You know, we've had things with logos running for, you know, quite a few hours, to be honest, with the kids watching their programs and stuff. Loads of gaming. If you've been following the channel, that you may have seen that we also got a Xbox One X, so we've been testing that out. We've been testing out the PlayStation. I've been playing loads of Call of Duty. I'll tell you what, it's just knocked the light on a minute. And yeah, I've been doing loads of, playing loads of the new Call of Duty game, and you've got your heads-up displays and all that. And, you know, that's all sort of down this area and these corners of that. And as you can see, there's nothing there at all. You know, I've played sessions for, what, 4-5 hours at a go. And, do you know what I mean? It's perfectly fine. So, you know, make of that what you will. So, there you have it then, guys. Just got to say a quick thanks to the guys at box.co.uk for sending over this TV, because if it weren't for them sending over these TVs to me to test out, then I wouldn't be able to make these videos for you guys at home. Once again, if you've enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, then maybe think about subscribing for more of the same in the future. So, thanks very much for joining me, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.